Today we're going to be assembling and reviewing the 5-shelf heavy-duty steel shelving by Husky. Let's get to it. So right away you will notice a difference between these Husky shelves and the traditional pin and keyhole shelving such as this one. Instead of a pin and keyhole system, this Husky shelving uses a tab and slot system. The tabs are on the braces and beams, while the slots are located on each of the posts. The important thing to remember is that you always orient the post so that the narrow part of the slot is always facing downward. The first step in this assembly is to attach a plastic post foot to 4 of the posts. Next, you'll start on the bottom shelf by attaching 2 beams and 2 braces to the 4 posts that you attach the post feet to. You will notice that each beam and brace have rails that run along their lengths. One of the rails has a hole on each end, and this rail needs to be facing upward when attaching it to the post. Once the beams and braces are attached to the posts and set in place with the mallet, you can lay a wire shelf on top of it. Make sure the wire shelf is installed with the long horizontal wires facing the bottom. Use 2 support hooks to secure the wire shelf to the metal frame. The support hooks have a hook on one end and a hook with an extra bend on the other end. Insert the hook with the extra bend into a hole in the center of the beam's bottom ledge. Then attach the top of the hook over the wire deck. Push the beam slightly inward if needed. It's a good practice to place whatever you're going to be storing on a shelf before making the shelf above it to ensure there's enough space for the item. Next, we're going to attach a post coupler to each of the 4 posts. Notice that the tab needs to be pointed downward. This was a little bit tricky, but I found it easier to angle the post coupler to the post and use the mallet to kind of push it into place. Repeat this process on the remaining 3 posts. Next, insert posts into the post couplers. Remember, the narrow part of the slot needs to be pointing downward as you do so. Complete the project by assembling the remaining shelves as in the previous steps and affix the post caps on top of each of the posts. And that's pretty much it. So there you have it, the 5-shelf heavy-duty steel shelving from Husky. It was pretty easy to put together. It does take a little bit of time. These tabs are a little bit finicky. They're not like the keyhole shelving that you had before, but these are pretty solid, and it has a 5,000-pound weight limit, so it's going to be plenty for what I have in store for it. The only thing I would probably steer away from is using these shelving for canned goods and food storage. If you have little things, or even maybe like little arts and crafts things that could slip through because of the wire grating. But other than that, it seems pretty solid, and I highly recommend it, especially with the pricing compared to some of the other ones that don't hold as much weight. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one, and we'll keep figuring out how to make a home haven.